Hi guys, this is the afternoon session following episode 5, so this is episode 6, and I want to give you some examples with regard to your business strategy and IP strategy. So what we know from the previous session is, right, that you need a business strategy. If you don't have a business strategy, you look around like headless chicken, go left and right and up and down and don't know exactly where you to go. You need your GPS, and a GPS is the business strategy. We agree on that, right? Now, the IP strategy, what it is an enabler to succeed your business strategy. So you're looking at a fortress. So in the Middle Ages, you had a fortress, right? A bit elevated with regard to the surroundings and with strong walls, etc. So that was a fortress difficult to attack. So the competition would not easily attack a fortress if it is well done, right? But the fortress has also some weapons, so to defend themselves in order to make their way for the future. So these weapons and the walls at the same time is your IP portfolio, and the fortress is the business. That's how you have to build yourself in your mind. What is the future of your business and how to protect it? Now, we have situated ourselves now. The bad news is that there is not one fit all IP strategy. Now, the businesses differ all in their strategy. Each business is a world on its own. It is not something that, oh no, this business is exactly like that business. It's not the case. The jurisdiction is different, the persons are different, the goal is different, everything is different. So it is not that you find an IP strategy which is a one-fits-all strategy for all businesses. No, that's not the case. So I may disappoint you on that point. The IP part, the IP consideration is all around what, for example, what is the business model as such. Is it more related to innovation? Is it more related to distribution? It is more related to the food sector? It is more related to machinery? Is it what you want to produce yourself, or you rather prefer that others produce in the future? Do you want to outsource, or do you want to license out, or do you want to make your business strategy in some countries yes and others not? Will you exclude other countries in the future? So my point here is everything is different with regard to business strategy, and the IP as an enabler of the business has to adapt to the strategy, business strategy, to adopt and to protect precisely what you want to achieve. Now, I wanted to give you some examples here. I'm already deviating too much. Some examples. Admitting you're a startup and you want to go to some innovative machinery, algorithm, software with regard to enabling a productive process or whatsoever. Well, you are in that innovative business, but what you want is to sell it. Your strong part is to develop something and to sell it and move on to something else and sell it again, because you don't have the abilities or the patience to go through, build up, a distribution network, a marketing team, and to deal with all the administrative issues, human resources, etc. So, okay, that is okay. That is a business strategy. I want to make something up. I want to sell it at the highest price possible. Now, how can I sell it at the highest price possible? Well, here we are. We want to have something to sell and which is appealing to a possible buyer. And what is it? Again, they will ask you for what is your moat, what is your possibility to impose on possible competition with regard to your product, and why I shall buy your product rather than the other product or the other company or around the corner. Now, what is your moat is again the question, what is your IP rights, and what is the possibility your IP rights hinder that other companies will go onto the market to compete with your product. And well, you have a strategy. The IP strategy would be to build a strong portfolio of everything possible. If it is on a certain design, if you want to focus a certain design on it, on that innovation, very good. That gives an added value. If you want a patent to make it on this, well, even better, because a patent has 20-25 years, depending on what product it is. For pharmaceuticals, a bit more. So you have some time to spend on that, and you have a monopoly for this. And a trademark, well, a trademark as well, if you have some reputation already built in. Well, if it is a startup, it's very difficult to build a reputation, I understand. But if you have the possibility to have a trademark already established, even better. So the stronger portfolio, the better it is as well. Well, that's naturally the business consideration. What is the product and what is the total addressable market of that product? That is probably also one of those questions they will ask, the buyer will ask. But again, if you don't have any intellectual property on the product you want to sell, if you want to sell a company, well, with that product, then you have something else. But if the core of what the sale is a product, and the product is not covered by IP, you will be given a bad offer you might not like. So that would be one case study. Another case study would be you want to have a chemical formula, for example. Admitting you have a formula which cures or potentially cures, you have it in the regulatory government agency responsible for approving the chemicals or the medicine, and so you have it introduced and you have the trials and it is going well so far, or you have it already approved, I don't know. Whatever it is, you have that possibility of a new promising and potential medicament to cure a certain disease which is not on the market. Now, what you want to sell it? Well, you sell it right away, right, to a pharmaceutical company. But if you want to continue with the business in order to get the full potential out of that market, then you would need to think of two options probably. You would think, what do I do? Is it a patent? Is it a trade secret? And you would think of the advantages of what would be a patent and what would be a trade secret independently. Afterwards, the technicalities in order to apply for one or the other. Well, for trade secrets, in fact, you don't need to apply for, but still to opt to one and other direction. So you would then think of the patents. What are the patents? Patents have 20 to 25 years of monopoly, and I can, in the meantime, make the marketing and the production and the sale of that product in a monopoly fashion. That is quite quite powerful, right? Monopoly, and a monopoly fashion. And then afterwards, perhaps I can make an amendment to the patent and make something else out of it, or I can put in these 25 years or 20 years, I can put a brand protection on this product that the people, they will combine exactly with your brand and will trust your brand rather than the generic product which will come after the expiry of the protection period. Or you can change the patent. You can continue your research and change the patent in the meantime. After 10, 12 years or so, you can change the patent slightly and make it slightly different or more enhanced or more powerful even, and you introduce a new patent with another 20 years. So that would be a total give you of 30 or more years or whatever of monopoly protection. So that would be one way. The other would be, take in mind that the difficult part of the protection, or the more difficult to swallow, is the cost of the patent. The patent is one of the most costliest IP rights out there. But you may as well have in mind what is a trade secret. Trade secret, on the other hand, is the cheapest way, in the sense you don't need registration in whatever government agency you're in, but a trade secret exists as of the creation of itself with another layer of protection you have built around. A protection that means that there is only on the basis of need to know that people can access to the trade secret, and you need to keep it, at what it is, a trade secret. You need to keep it secret, right? You cannot disclose in any way during business negotiations your trade secret without such, because then what happens, it is not anymore secret and it is not an IP right, and you can't enforce it against. It is also a dangerous one, because it is out in the open for whatever reason. So I don't prejudge here of what reason it could be, but if it is out there in the public, then it is not anymore a trade secret and not anymore protected. So these are two considerations you might to look at. Or you have a toy. Well, I have 2 minutes left. We have a toy. You want to make a toy and doing it for others, the original equipment manufacturing, that would be a possibility. Then you would be in the commodity area, and that is low premium, that is no IP protection. I think that is not what we are talking about here. You want to get a premium for your product, and that is precisely intellectual property, because you provide the consumers an enhanced experience in buying just your product, right? Now, you will have fancy design, because the designs are going very quickly, right? It goes one and the other, and in 2 years, and so the design is already overhand, because the fashion industry, that is about fashion things, toys, etc., that is about the designs, and the designs goes very quickly. So you need to act very quickly if you want to monetize what is a design. Now, with a design, you would like to look at the counterfeiting industry, what the competition is doing, and what the counterfeiting industry is doing. Now, with regard to the counterfeiting industry, you would like to see where the counterfeiting industry comes from, and not protect only your home market or your producing market, but also the counterfeiting industry market. 50 minutes, that's it for today. I have much more, but I have to stop here. Thank you.